Hello friends, my name is Ramasud. Today we shall discuss about a topic, the introduction to middleware. Friend, today's topic is very interesting, especially if you have interest in middleware and you want to know about the main concepts about it. So let's just start, friend. First of all, I would request to please subscribe to my YouTube channel and click on the bell option as well, so that my new videos can reach to you. Also, you can follow me on the Facebook page and Instagram as well. So what is middleware, friend? Friend, middleware is a layer of software that enables interaction and transmission of information between assorted applications and services that make up a complex system, providing a uniform user experience for clients. Types of middleware. The word middleware is a broad term covering different types of middleware based on the various functionalities that provide. Some common types of middleware include database middleware. This is the most common middleware that enables access and interaction with different database gateways. Message oriented middleware. It allows software applications across multiple operating systems and networking protocols to receive and send messages to each other. Portals. Enterprises use portal middleware to facilitate interaction between client-facing systems and backend systems. Enterprise application integration. This is a virtual layer that connects applications, data, processes, and services irrespective of where they are located, cloud or on premises, and what technology they are based on. Transactional middleware. This type of middleware ensures that transactions between heterogeneous components go through all the necessary steps to reach completion. Content middleware. This is used to abstract specific content that is similar to publish and subscribe models. Remote procedure call RPC middleware. This allows one application to trigger a function in another application whether they reside in the same network. Device middleware. This type contains a specific set of capabilities to integrate with or build applications on specific devices. It is usually used to build mobile applications. Object request broker middleware. This broker handles requests from one application to another without letting the applications worry about where each is hosted. Platform middleware. This kind of middleware allows business logic to be seated in any platform, OS or hardware, including web servers, application servers, hosting environments, or containers. Application server middleware. This framework allows the creation, deployment, and maintenance of enterprise applications within a system. Web middleware. This allows companies to integrate more easily with individual backend systems, just like the e-commerce example mentioned earlier. Robotics middleware. This simplifies the integration of robotic hardware, firmware, and software irrespective of manufacturer and location. Cloud middleware. Cloud middleware sits between the operating systems behind the cloud and the cloud users, providing a remote platform to create, maintain, and communicate with the hosted applications and data. Key components of a middleware architecture. Middleware solutions are usually software only, with hardware components very rarely in the mix. The idea of middleware is to provide a virtual layer between various applications and the platform layer. Most middleware follows the service oriented architecture SOA design, or is designed as a platform as a service PaaS solution. SOA is an architectural style that tries to achieve loosely coupled software applications that interact among themselves to run as a whole. It is adopted by organizations trying to decouple all their business units depending on integration and reusability for daily operations. SOA allows organizations to use existing applications and system investments. Every requirement of middleware points towards service oriented architecture. This calls for individual reusable components with their own topology. Each of these components must be able to interact with one another and other parts of the system. Apart from some basic components, each type of middleware needs a specific component. For example, a database middleware needs a database manager component. Middleware management console. A middleware management console is a single pane of glass that captures a bird's eye view of the middleware architecture. This is especially important with enterprise application middleware designed and implemented specifically with an organization's business requirements in mind. This console provides an overview of events and activities, transactions, configuration management, and contact rules. Common messaging framework. Middleware requires messaging services to communicate with services, applications, and platforms. Most of these frameworks rely on existing standards such as Simple Object Access Protocol (SOAP), Representational State Standard Transfer (REST), or JavaScript Object Notation (JSON). This framework needs to be carefully carried, keeping in mind existing and predicted features. The communication itself happens through web services or application programming interface. APIs and web services use standards such as JSON to receive, send, and transfer information among the various layers. Client interface or application interface. This is the interface that the middleware exposes to the client or application services. It allows applications to use predefined constructs to initiate a transaction involving the database, platform, or other back-end servers. This component simplifies application development and deployment, one of the biggest benefits of using a middleware solution. Middleware internal interface. This is the interface through which middleware instances communicate with each other to maintain the overall middleware structure. This component is required because various middleware instances must work together internally to appear as a single continuous layer. This is usually done through using a special protocol defined by the middleware, which does not overlap with other communication protocols. Platform interface. Middleware needs to work across multiple platforms irrespective of where it resides. This is the interface that is in direct contact with the backend servers. Each time a new platform is introduced, say by the cloud provider, this interface needs to be updated to support it. All other components of the middleware remains relatively unchanged. Contract manager. A contract manager is the enforcer of various rules imposed by each application, data control, and server. All lines of communication and event initiation must follow these contracts to ensure transparency and minimum breakage. The contract manager makes sure business logic remains intact and is valid. All contract breaches are thrown back to the application, ensuring that the entire system does not go down because of them. Session manager. The session manager ensures that all communication and transaction requests are valid and have not timed out. It establishes the connections to begin with, allowing requests to flow back and forth. It also manages the session history for audit purposes. A session manager is one way of ensuring that the middleware is secure. Database manager. The database manager controls connections to the database, changing, addition, modification, and deletion of data based on the DB service used. Since this vastly varies on the type of database used, file based or table based, where it resides internal data center or cloud, and how sensitive the data is, security is an important consideration for this component. Runtime monitor. The runtime monitor keeps an eye on all contract validations, session history, requests, and responses. It is used by IT admin and security teams to detect and flag any anomalous activity. It also usually provides the base for reporting engines that churn out audit reports for compliance purposes. Besides these, each type of middleware may require unique services to fulfill its requirements. Our device middleware concentrates on the particular device it caters to. Each of these components is designed and built with a varying focus based on the type. Message oriented middleware needs a robust common messaging framework, while the database manager is not required to function. So friend, thanks a lot for watching the video. I hope you like this video. If you like it, please share it with your friends and colleagues, and thanks for watching the video. Thank you friends.